Hello and welcome to the Daily Dose of Safety with Dr. Charlie Cartwright. So today's safety message is an important one, and it's about driving safely, specifically distracted driving, and how important it is for all of us to drive without distraction. So I've got a question to kind of tee this up. Ask yourself if you know the answer here. What's more dangerous, drinking and driving, or texting and driving, or are they about equal? What do you think? So it's interesting that when you think about driving drunk, driving under the influence, people that have a blood alcohol content above the legal limit are somewhere between 4 and 12 times more likely to be in an automobile accident versus a sober driver. So it's very dangerous to be driving under influence of alcohol. However, it's not nearly as dangerous as texting and driving. And so a person that is texting and driving, right, doing this thing, 6 times more likely to be in an accident than a drunk driver. 6x. Why do you think that is? Well, the reason's clear. Because at least a drunk driver is looking. At least they're looking at the road. They're impaired, but at least they're looking. When someone's driving and texting, they're not even looking. 6 times more likely. There's not a single person listening or watching this message that would allow themselves or their loved ones to get in a car with a person that's drunk. So we have to apply that same standard to texting and driving. We shouldn't allow our loved ones or ourselves to be in the vehicle with someone that's texting and driving. And if they do it and we ask them about it, we call them on it and they refuse to stop, we need to have them pull over and let us out at the next safe location. End of story. Now, I remember going to a conference some years ago, and there was a gentleman that had lost his daughter due to someone texting and driving. She had a crosswalk, the light came on, safe to walk, red light, she's walking across, and someone's texting and driving and runs right over her, kills her. So he's been on this campaign going all over the country talking about the dangers of texting and driving. He lost his college-age daughter to an incident there. And the person that ran her over had never been in an accident before. Doesn't matter. They weren't looking. And he ran right through a red light and killed another human being. So at one of his conferences, a safety professional came up to him and said, "Hey, I lost my son a few years ago. This person was texting and driving, and they ran through a red light. My son was in the back seat." He said, "We were 2 cars back. We had the green. I'm going through. Person runs the red light, T-bones us, and killed my 10-year-old son." And so, they shared that, and, it's a tragedy, and he tried to be as supportive as possible. But he said about a week later, he got a call from that gentleman. And he said, "I've never told anyone this story, not even my wife. But yes, my son was killed in that accident. Yes, that person was texting. Yes, they ran a red light." He said, "But I was texting too. And I think that if I had not been texting, I would have been able to avoid that accident." I don't know how you live with something like that, and I don't want anyone that's listening or watching this message to ever have to live with that situation. So please don't do it. Be safe out there. Make sure that you're transporting yourself and your loved ones safely, and they're doing the same. So I hope this message finds you all well, and until next time, take care.